Radio. Shout it.
What's happening, what's happening, what's happening? Of course, you know it's your folk, B-High Radio shouting. Stepping in the building, I got an A-Town legend, a man that put it down for the town. Block ENT, big block in this thing, the East Side Chevy Rider. What's good with it, boss?
What's up with you, baby? How
man,
you?
Feeling good, feeling great. First of all, I got to say, appreciate you stopping through this thing and hollering at a player, man.
I appreciate you selling me, dog.
Now, Block, can we take it back to when you crunk up Bad Boy South in the A and you put it down for the town? First of all, how did that whole situation even come about?
Well, you know, I was, we'll take it back a little bit further.
Yeah.
Back in 94, 95, like I was running around here with Tupac and Outlaws.
Facts.
And I ran the Puff a couple of times back then through the Jack the Rappers. And that's how me and Mark Pitts got real cool, the president of RCA.
Yeah.
He manager Biggie. And I was running with Pac and the Outlaws. I was really just getting my feet wet with the music business, kind of you know trying to take advantage of my hustle business, cause you know back then, man, you know, like I'm from East Lake, I'm from Kirkwood, you know, we thought back then all this rap shit, the music shit was for lame ass niggas, but I would keep tired of that trap, my nigga, and I was like, you know what, let me do something else with my money, and I kind of like invest in some rappers, you know, here and now, you know, so I run around with Pac and them, and so I revisited the whole situation with Bad Boy, speed up to about 2001, 2002, me and Kim Porter real cool.
Okay.
And Kim used to come by, her and Ebony, and she used to come by the studio, chill out with us, and she heard some records I was doing when I was just being the Boys in the Hood. And she was like, man, them motherfuckers dope, let me let Puff hear it. But at this time, my boy Terry at Noontime, Cowboy Noontime, he took it to Dre. Instead of me, with me and Dre. I was on a plane going to see Dre, and Puff was hitting me, but he had a blank number. You know, kept coming across. Like, what the fuck is this? So Kim called me. So Kim called me. Kim said, "Hey, Block." She was like, "Hey, Puff been trying to call you for like 2 days." I was like, "Man, I don't know these numbers." Exactly. So he got on the phone. He said, "Hey, man, listen." He said, "Man, I'm really fuck with that group you got, Boys in the Hood. I want to sign them." And now, you know, Puff wasn't really in the music business. You know, he had walked away and was doing that Broadway shit. He was doing Raising the Sun.
Facts.
So I was like, okay, cool. Well, I'm on the plane now for to go to LA, holler at Dre. Dre want me to shout at him for like 3-4 days. He said, nah, I have a jet for you. Man, just when you land in LA, I have a jet for you. I said, no. I'm a real one, man. If I say something, I'm going to do it.
Thanks.
So I went and I shouted Dre for like 3 days. And I saw Game was there. I saw a lot of more, you know, like New Orleans, Eminem, all them was there. I was like, at this time, you know, BML, Meech had them boys going to the club. Like, man, we was spinning in the street. We were real hot. Yeah. Because, you know, BML would spend no money unless them boys would play or some G's would play. So every time they spent money, them boys was going, so the shit was hot.
My God.
So I told Dre, I said, man, listen, man, we got to go right now. And he was like, man, so we kind of tried to figure it out. And then Puff was like, okay, cool. So I flew to New York. I shot Puff about 3-4 days. So I flew G's and Jazz and Noon up there with us, and we did the deal.
Okay, so now when Boys in the Hood dropped, man, and I mean, you got 4 of the hardest boys coming out of the city, man. I mean, song going crazy, and it's Block ENT time in this thing. How were you feeling at that time, Block?
Well, you know, I'm a street nigga, and I never ran toward the light. You know, I've always wanted to be in the back. I've always wanted to make my swing connect. And once I connected my nigga, I played my part back. Since I'm feeling like, boy, now I don't got to go to my fucking kid's school and say, I'm an investor in this, or I got a long service, or, you know, now I can say I'm doing something, you know? Yeah. And, you know, that's, you know, honestly, man, when my success was kind of like, because I'm Muslim too, my success was more like, okay, now I can stand tall and be proud of what I'm doing. Yeah. Not saying hustling, you know, not as a bad thing, because, you know, like I come from, you know what I'm saying, a fucking 2-bedroom project in East Lake Meadows. Yes, sir. Well, we got them at a shared bed, and I have my own bed till I went to prison.
My God.
Being real, dog. Don't tell me I had my own bed when I went to Alto.
Alto.
Damn right. Alto,
okay,
baby.
So now when you went down the road, Block, what was going through your mind at that time?
Well, you know, like, Like I went down the road before I was in the music business.
Okay.
Like I was an alto,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, from the end of 89, 90, and then I got out in like the end of 93.
Yeah.
So, it's like, then I went back to prison again, like for 90 days for some old dumbass shit. But when I was, finally made it. But but when I did all that time, and I was 17 years old.
Okay.
And shit like that. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like free all the bros too, man. Free everybody.
Talk to me about your time on the West Coast with Tupac though, man.
Yeah, well, that was in Atlanta.
What?
Yeah, Pop moved in Atlanta in 94.
Facts.
Yeah, that was him. And then I went back and forth with him.
Yeah.
But I was raised in, see my mom from Atlanta. My mom from Mechanicsville.
Okay.
Okay, my dad from Watts.
Okay.
So back and forth, he used to visit, go to school.
Yeah.
In L.A. went to Washington High a couple of years.
Okay, then.
So I was back and forth from Atlanta, you know what I'm saying, from Atlanta to Watts.
Yeah.
Both east side.
Uh-huh.
And, but I met Pac in Atlanta.
So what was that young Pac like at that time?
Well, Pac was more like, when I met him, right, Pac was more like, he was more focused.
Yeah.
It was the focused Pac.
Uh-huh.
It was the Pac that, man, in the studio, grind, read all the time, empower his niggas around him, kept a lot of, I won't say respectfully. He just felt, when I met him, at that time, he felt a lot of people that was on his team for the wrong reason. So that's why you always hear Pac say everybody around his family.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he rather let his family eat out for him than other people around him at that time.
Exactly. As a boss though, Block, what was it like for you when you started bossing up with your label, man, and then just understanding the industry and navigating that thing, trying to make them boys successful?
Well, like you said, man, I dealt with, everybody I signed was street niggas.
Yeah.
And you dealing with niggas like Jeezy that actually had $1 million.
Yeah.
You dealt with Duke that was an OG that understood the game, understood a whole bunch of shit.
Yeah.
Then you dealt with a little young nigga like Joe the Breeze that just jump out the porch, don't know shit. You know what I'm saying? And then you met with Gee, man, the edge hanger, man. That'll bless your head anytime it's over with. So it's like just respect, because I'm gonna make you respect me. I don't give a fuck who you are, because I'm gonna respect you. You know what I'm saying?